What's poppin', y'all? Lil Pump is in his redemption arc on all aspects. The first thing we can talk about is the music. Lil Pump released Lil Pump 2. Is it a month now? It's at least been a couple of weeks. I don't know the exact timeline. But Lil Pump 2, highly anticipated. A lot of people probably forgot about it at this point because he's been teasing it for at least 4 years. The release was independent. Like, someone keeps asking me about the sales on Twitter, which you should follow me at the Mind of HY. I don't really have the sales. If I had to rough ballpark the sales for you, it would be, it didn't chart. I don't think it charted on the Billboard 200 chart. So that means at maximum, it probably sold, I don't know, 6, 7K first week, which sure, people are going to knock the numbers, but we have to keep in mind a couple of elements here. Number one, this is like completely independent. There's no, I don't even think there's distribution here. It says Lil Pump under exclusive license to SoundCloud. So he probably got some deal with SoundCloud for their platform, but that doesn't really do much for this song. There wasn't that much promotion behind it. He did do some media and press, but that doesn't really move the needle. There are a lot more other things behind the scenes on top of the fact that a lot of these numbers are really cooked. And by cooked, I don't mean bad. I mean not real, or enhanced, as a better term might be. But with Lil Pump, he's been going through a discovery phase. So Lil Pump got in a lot better shape. He's posted that on his social media, which I do think reflects on people's well-being as well as their music. But he released Lil Pump 2. I decided to give this a chance because a lot of people didn't give it a chance. And this is where I feel like Lil Pump got the bad end of the deal, is that everyone was posting that metal, rock, whatever you want to call it type song. It sounds like a parody to me. The song Mosh Pit, that's what everybody was posting on Twitter, all these big pages. So everyone was like, damn, this song is terrible. And yeah, I'm with you on that. That song is absolute trash. I don't know why they decided to kind of make that one of the singles. I don't know why they decided to even put that on the album. That's one of those album cuts. You don't even want to highlight that. You just want to toss it in there. And, you know, if people mess with it, they mess with it. But it was bad. But the problem is when you don't have the infrastructure and the team that's constantly pushing a narrative about you that's favorable to your career, you get people that post stuff like this where you kind of make a little misstep in releasing this song and promoting this song, that other people that have seen it now pick it up, and this is the main thing that they talk about. So people that haven't listened to the album yet, and it takes a lot for someone to listen to the album, they see the song Mosh Pit, they see someone call it trash, and they see a little snippet of it, and it is trash. They're like, damn, if this is what is hitting my feed, then I'm not even going to check out the album because this sounds like complete garbage. But I'm here to tell you that is the, by and large, and by far, the worst song on that album. The album itself is pretty good. I even tweeted about it and people didn't really believe me, but that's the honest answer. And Tesla, for example, that's kind of a hit. Lil Pump was also doing an interview, which I'll play you guys the clip right now.
If you want the old Pump back, I'll be in jail right now, I'll tell you that. Like, you guys don't want the old Pump back. When I was young, I was just doing a lot of dumbass ignorance. I admit that. I've done a lot of dumb crashing cars, doing this, that, a whole bunch of drugs. And now I'm just more grown. I just think about it before I do it. Now I'm sober. I'm just chilling. I used to smoke at least like 4 ounces a day. Now I'm not even smoking a blunt a day. I'm not doing shit. So you might see me on the internet as an ignorant but I'm just a chill guy who likes to have fun and enjoy life.
As you can hear in this clip, he sounds like a completely different person. He sounds a lot more mature. He sounds like his headspace is in the right place. And his music has matured as well. Now, the problem is, what does matured Lil Pump music sound like? Because this is what my criticism was and what my forecast was for Lil Pump, especially after he had really fallen off, was for Lil Pump to elevate, he can't make the same music. People were saying, oh, 2017 Lil Pump. No, Lil Pump had been releasing the same music since 2017. People just grew up and they have this nostalgia with the music that they hear something else when he's really making the same stuff. And they don't realize it's just because they grew up. You're not 15 anymore, man. So Lil Pump needed to mature. But Lil Pump maturing doesn't mean Lil Pump becoming woke. So that's the challenge. How does Lil Pump mature his music whilst also keeping the candor and perhaps fun is the best way to call it that Lil Pump's brand represents? And I think he did that perfectly on this album. There was some actual production. Like, he clearly worked with a producer that not only just made beats, but helped Lil Pump develop his sound. Like, hey, this is a more mature sound. You can't just repeat the same thing for the hook anymore. You've got to explore. There's some better writing on here. And I don't mean writing like he's spitting, lyrical bars, but there's good writing on here. There's good song structure. The beats are great. There's a diversity of sound on this project. Now, there are certain tracks, like, for example, the one with Youngboy. Youngboy kind of carries that one. All of a Sudden was one of the tracks that released perhaps a year ago, maybe. But that was one of the first tracks where I said, yo, this Lil Pump song is kind of hard. Tesla is another one that's really good. But when it comes to lyrical ability, Lil Pump does demonstrate a significant amount of progress. I mean, even on songs like No Hook and other tracks throughout the album, he drops these funny bars. And they're not bars that you're like, damn, they're thoughtful in terms of quote unquote maturity, but they are mature in the fact that they're still funny, but there's something that the Lil Pump of 5-6 years ago would have never come up with and would have never delivered on a track. So we're getting a higher level of music, a higher level of songwriting, better bars, better packaging. The album cover was great. A lot of people were talking about it was a good album cover and it got them to check it out. So all of these things put together, on top of the fact that Lil Pump's personality has developed and claims he's off the drugs, which he sounds like he's off the drugs. People are saying, oh, why is he wearing the drug addict chain? Hey, man, he dropped a bag on that thing. He's still got a rocket. I just think Lil Pump needs to get in front of people's faces more because his brand is solidified. Everybody knows Lil Pump. Now you've just got to make them aware of Lil Pump again and aware of what Lil Pump has produced now. Because a lot of the times he was getting the attention, but he wasn't getting any fans with it because he wasn't releasing music like the past 4+ years, other than that one random project that came out. And I also like the fact that him and Smoke Perp are trying to get it out the mud again. It's interesting to see two people that developed together, blew up together, and of course Lil Pump's sky high compared to Smoke Perp. But even after Smoke Perp fell to the depths of hell, career hell, Lil Pump did not need to be collaborating with him because Lil Pump fell off, sure, but he did not fall off anywhere near where Smoke Perp fell off. Lil Pump was still packing out venues of at least several hundred, if not 1,000, overseas and in different places that he's constantly getting booked. He didn't have 6 people show up to a show. But despite that, Lil Pump decided to link up with Smoke Perp again, and they're making like a bunch of TikToks, they're creating a bunch of content relating to their music. They're trying to get it back out the mud, really. And I have a lot of respect for that. Now, I think Lil Pump is financially perfectly fine. If there's anybody that's likely struggling in the finances department, it would be Smoke Perp. I'm not saying I know his situation, but just judging by the numbers, if there would be somebody that's more desperate to get back hot, it would be Smoke Perp. And it's reflecting in his music too. Like, his numbers are going up. You could also tell these guys are actual, genuine friends, and the industry didn't tear them apart, which is kind of refreshing to see because people make friends within the industry, and then we know once somebody gets cold, they don't mess with them anymore. We saw that with PNB Rock, and then suddenly everybody's posting, oh, RIP PNB Rock pics, and the pics they have with him are from 4 years ago when he was actually hot, or from 4 years prior to his death, I'm speaking. So I guess the gist of this video is if you haven't checked out the new Lil Pump album, Lil Pump 2, you should check it out. It's a solid listen, and I think Lil Pump deserves being paid attention to for now. He's matured. He's independent now. Isn't that what people claim to want to see? Successful artist that's independent, that's trying to improve their music and make it better than it previously was. Still a young guy. There's still a lot of time, and the thing is, Lil Pump could have given up, or Lil Pump could have just decided to just coast off of his brand, just do club appearances and keep making a bag, really. But I like the fact that he threw his hat back in the ring and said, you know what, I'm going to keep working on this music thing and I'm going to try to get better. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.